The Enchanted Library adventured deep in the heart of the small town of Everwood. There was an old, mysterious library that few people ever visited. The Everwood Library was unlike any other. It was said that the books inside were more than just stories. They were portals to magical worlds. But no one had ever proven it. Until one afternoon, two adventurous kids named Leo and Sophie stumbled upon its secret. Leo, a curious boy with a love for fantasy stories, had always dreamed of going on an epic adventure. Sophie, his clever best friend, loved solving puzzles and exploring new places. Together, they made the perfect team for uncovering the world's mysteries. One rainy day, bored and restless, they decided to visit the old library. "This place is huge," Leo exclaimed as they walked through the towering shelves filled with dusty old books. Sophie grinned. "Maybe we'll find a hidden passageway or a secret door." As they explored the rows of ancient books, something strange happened. A soft glow caught Leo's eye from a corner shelf at the back of the library. "Hey, Sophie, look at this," Leo whispered, pointing to a large, dusty book with a glowing spine. The cover read, "The Book of Worlds." "This has to be something special," Sophie said, running her fingers over the strange symbols on the cover. Without thinking, Leo opened the book. The pages shimmered with light, and suddenly, the air around them began to swirl. Before they could say anything, a bright light enveloped them, and with a whoosh, they were no longer in the library. When the light faded, Leo and Sophie found themselves standing in a completely different place. They were in the middle of a vibrant, enchanted forest. Giant trees with glowing leaves stretched into the sky, and strange, magical creatures fluttered by. "Where are we?" Sophie asked, wide-eyed. Leo looked around in amazement. "I think we're inside the book." The realization hit them both at once. The library's legend was true. The books really were portals to other worlds. But now they had a new challenge: how to get back home. As they began exploring the magical forest, they heard a rustling in the bushes. Out popped a small, chubby dragon with sparkling scales. He looked at them with wide, friendly eyes and wagged his little tail. "Hello, I'm Ember," the dragon said, smiling. "What are you doing here in the Forest of Fables?" Leo and Sophie explained their situation, and Ember nodded thoughtfully. You must have opened the Book of Worlds. That's a powerful book. It connects to all kinds of magical places. But to return home, you need to find the portal stone. It's hidden somewhere in the forest. Where do we start?" Sophie asked. Ember flapped his tiny wings. "Follow me. I'll help you find it." The trio set off on their adventure through the enchanted forest, facing all sorts of magical challenges. First, they had to cross the River of Reflection, where the water showed not their reflections, but their deepest fears. Leo saw himself stuck in a maze with no way out, while Sophie saw herself lost in a place with no answers. But together, they calmed each other's fears and made it across. Next, they encountered the towering trees, which moved and blocked their path whenever they tried to pass. Sophie, always clever, figured out that the trees were responding to sounds. Using her flute, she played a gentle tune, and the trees parted to let them through. Finally, they arrived at the Cavern of Echoes, where the portal stone was hidden. The cavern was dark, with only their footsteps echoing off the walls. In the center of the cave, they spotted a glowing blue stone sitting on a pedestal. "There it is," Leo said, running toward it. But just as he reached for the stone, the ground trembled and a massive shadow loomed over them. It was a giant, ancient owl with glowing eyes, the guardian of the portal stone. "To take the portal stone, you must answer my riddle," the owl boomed. Sophie stepped forward confidently. "We're ready." The owl blinked slowly and then spoke. "I can fly without wings. I can cry without eyes. Wherever I go, darkness flies. What am I?" Leo and Sophie thought hard. The owl's riddle echoed in the cavern, but they couldn't figure it out. Ember whispered, "It sounds like something that moves quickly and makes things disappear." Suddenly, Sophie's face lit up. "It's the wind. The wind can fly without wings, it can cry without eyes, and it makes darkness disappear when it blows through." The owl nodded slowly, impressed. You are correct. The portal stone is yours. With the portal stone in hand, the three friends made their way back to the Forest of Fables. As they reached the place where they first arrived, the portal stone began to glow brighter. A swirling portal opened in front of them, showing a glimpse of the Everwood Library on the other side. This is it, Leo said, looking at Sophie. Time to go home. Ember waved his little dragon wings. Come back anytime. There are many more adventures in the Forest of Fables. With a final wave to Ember, Leo and Sophie stepped through the portal. In a flash of light, they were back in the library, standing by the shelf where it had all begun. They looked at each other in amazement. That was the best adventure ever, Leo exclaimed. Sophie smiled. And to think, it all started with a book. As they left the library that evening, they knew that their discovery of the Enchanted Library was only the beginning. There were countless other books on the shelves, each one holding a new world and a new adventure just waiting to be explored.